My name is Tamam Al-Audat, and I would like to inform you about my candidacy for the President of the Board of MSF CH. I have worked in humanitarian contexts since my time studying in medical school in Damascus University. I started by volunteering for the Syrian Red Crescent. It was the only way for someone like me to be associated and to be useful and to be with other people with the same mindset. I worked in a UNHCR refugee clinic in Damascus and spent a significant amount of time treating refugees from Somalia and Yemen and Afghanistan who have settled in Damascus. And being a national staff has given me an insight into how can we, as people who both belong to the humanitarian world and to the context we work in, deliver aid and medicine in the most effective way. And then I went and worked for the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent. I worked internationally as an expat, and my first mission was in Baghdad just after the war in Iraq, where I spent a year and a half. I did my master's in public health in developing countries in London and went back to work in the tsunami. I worked in many field missions since then, including Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and others. I joined MSF just over 5 years ago. I started with OCA in Amsterdam, where I was the head of the health department, and then moved to OCG, and I work now as the deputy medical director. I believe that we need to go further in vitalizing the association, both here in Switzerland and in the field. It is of course important that we get engaged in the field associative debates and in the General Assembly, and that we engage actively in the process of election and in deciding what our board should look like and where should it go. But that's not enough. The voice of the association should come together continuously. We should be able to debate the issues that we face. We should be able to provide guidance and provide opinion and collaborate quite effectively with our colleagues in the executive. I think we are in MSF facing a world that is changing quite dramatically. What we see today is change that affects the contexts we work in, the people we work with, and the populations we serve. We cannot today guarantee that we will be able to go and implement programs close to our beneficiaries, that we can provide medical care directly, and then we can do it with the protection and safety that our colleagues in the field deserve. What we need to do is keep an eye on the diseases that are still affecting large proportions of the people we serve. Diseases like malaria, respiratory tract infections, and other infections that are still the largest killers of children. But at the same time, we have to deal with diseases that are extremely complicated to treat, like drug-resistant TB. We are working in middle-income countries, such as with refugees in Lebanon and in Greece, for example, where non-communicable diseases are the predominant issue they suffer from, and the continuity of care for them is critical. These changes are important, and they will make us want to explore new and innovative ways for us to treat our patients. I think the duty of the association is to tell us all, to put our minds together and decide where do we want to be within this changing world. How would MSF look in 10 years? What should we be doing, and where are we heading? If that can be done, then we will be able to guide the executive, to guarantee that MSF works optimally within uncertain circumstances, and to keep our identity and our aims and our mandate that we have chosen. OCG is a section that enjoys many advantages. One of them is our presence in Switzerland, in Geneva, where that is considered the capital of global health, the place where many actors exist. We can carry the voice of the field, we can take what you see into the global health arena. What the association needs to indicate is that we would like to go to bold, strong and innovative operations, and that we would like to use our voice effectively, that we can address the new issues that face the humanitarian world, whether those are complex diseases and outbreaks such as the Ebola, which we worked in effectively, or whether those are the migration that's affecting the world in unprecedented proportions. Being a medically oriented organization that has a very strong voice. The medical orientation is tangible, saves lives as you do every day, and addresses needs that no one else goes to. At the same time, we have a voice that we can use effectively. I have been recently in one of our projects in Magaria in Niger, and the engagement I have seen from all staff in the field in sitting together, brainstorming and deciding what should we do next year was astonishing. And I would like to see a situation where we capitalize on all our capacities, whether they are national staff that are doing most of the job in the projects, or expats or experts in the headquarters. What I bring is a very recent both field and headquarters experience and a close engagement in OCG's day-to-day life and operations. I think that brings a reality to the board that can get it more engaged. I hope that I get to work with the board members quite frequently on providing a voice to the association, on vitalizing the home society, and on collaborating and interacting with the executive, providing real exchange and leadership that elevates the role of the board. I would like to focus as a president on pushing and promoting some aspects of improving healthcare. I would like for us to be able to do more on some issues that are centered around our patients' needs, like informed consent, like guaranteeing that we tell our patients exactly what we're doing and give them their choices, like palliative care and pain management, which I think we could do much better. I think I would like to have more experience and more knowledge on the associative life, which I have been engaged in from an executive side. And I think that can happen with the guidance and support of the association members and of my colleagues in the board. The other thing that I would like to be able to do better is improve my French, which has improved significantly in the past couple of years, but still needs to be done. What I will bring to this position is a set of fresh ideas, a lot of engagement and commitment to MSF, and the ability to see things from a different angle, to provide leadership with you, with everybody in the organization, that will take us through the years to come, that will allow us to overcome changes that affect our context and the people we serve. So MSF remains the one organization that we know, and that social mission can be achieved effectively, impartially, and with great dignity.